Yo, what's up, it's Dominic, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm doing my first ever tip video on Splitgate. These are the settings that I learned from over 200 hours of playing this game, and over 100 hours came in the first week of the launch. Since the launch, I've played over 200 hours in this game. I know what settings are good and what settings are bad. And a lot of these settings I actually knew from the start because of my past experience in games such as Apex Legends. Back in Apex Legends, there was a character called Octane. I was the #1 Octane in the UK. I know about these things. Know what you guys need to learn and what you guys need to do. These settings will cover every single tab which are relevant, apart from stuff like the audio and stuff. I don't go over that because that's obviously personal preference. If you like game loud and you like games quiet, that's up to you, not me. You got to stick to the very end of the video to see the most important setting that you need to turn off. Not on, you need to turn off for you to be playing at your best. Without any more rambling on, I'm just gonna go straight into it. First of all, obviously I'm gonna play in full screen. There's nothing else that you would do. Resolution is a little bit different. I played on more of a stretch res. This is obviously personal preference. I did this back when I used to play Apex Legends. So to me, this is just it's something that I've gotten used to by playing games over the years. And to be honest, I would recommend it. Kind of makes the screen a little bit stretched, and it makes the characters that you're fighting against, like your enemies, seem a lot bigger and easier to hit. If I show you the difference, this is usual 1920 by 1080. You see, it's normal. It's absolutely normal. This is the 1600 by 900. As you can see, it's a little bit more stretched. For some reason, the crosshair is a little bit bugged, and some things kind of seem a little bit, I don't know, you might think it seems blurry or distorted. Sorry to interrupt the video, but I'm starting something new. This is my first ever comment shout out. Thanks so much, Naruto, for the comment. If you want your comment to be shouted on my next video, make sure you subscribe right now. I'm also trying to get 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so every single sub is appreciated. Anyway, carry on with the video. But trust me, it's 10 times easier. 10 times easier to hit people. Like, you can just tell already that these people look more wham, if you get me. These people look 10 times bigger than usual. And that's just because of the res. Like, it honestly, to me, I don't know. I just find it easier, and, you know, it's not like something that you're not allowed to do. It's in the game, you're allowed to do it. So yeah, I say give it a whirl. If you've never used it before, I say just try it for a couple of games. And if you're like, nah, sat this, I don't like it, go back to the original. At the end of the day, it is all personal preference. FOV has to be, for me, all the way up. FOV is right now is 103, which is the max. You cannot go any higher. But basically, if you're brand new to this kind of whole gaming thing, I'm pretty sure you all know what FOV means. But if you don't, it means field of view. It basically shows you how much you can see. So if I whack it all the way down to 80, this is what you get. It's very zoomed in. And I think this is what it's defaulted as, is 80. It's very zoomed in, and this to me looks like console gameplay. To me, this is console. Like, I feel like my sense seems a lot slower. I just feel slow. I feel like I'm walking with cement blocks on. This isn't fun to play at all. Sorry, I'm so sorry if you can hear that. Brother, it's the 17th of October. There's nothing to celebrate. You set off fireworks at 7:20. What? And this is on the max, 103. I feel, you know, I can see 10 times more. I feel like I'm speedier. I'm a lot faster than usual. Like, this is so much better, man. You want to be seeing as much as you can as well. You'll be a much more disadvantaged if you don't use this. Quality stuff, for me, everything's on epic. It doesn't affect my frame rate or anything like that. If your PC is more of a lower end, more of a budget type of PC, you might want to go down to the medium, because at the end of the day, the lower the graphics, the less what your computer has to do. So the less your computer has to load, the faster it'll be, the more frame you will be getting. But for me, it doesn't matter what I'm on really, because epic, it doesn't change my frame rate at all. I'm always consistently at around 120. Right, colorblind settings. This is something that you don't have to use, but for me, I personally do, and I use that one. I am not trying to pronounce that. Deuteranopia. What?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Anyway, I play on that one. To me, it adds more of a blue. Like, default is brighter. Deuteranopia is a little bit darker, but it brings out the blues, and for me, I can see enemies better. Protanopia adds kind of a green effect, and Tritanopia, it adds a lighter blue. But basically, yeah, I prefer this one. It's all personal preference. Most people play without it, which I totally understand, but again, is my Apex Legends habit, so it's carried over into other games. I play in keyboard and mouse. You can plug a controller in, but here I have auto mantle just because it's easier to use and it kind of keeps the gameplay flowing a little bit more. Sometimes it's annoying, but yeah. Enemy color is just full red, but I think this is what it usually is on, but don't be thrown away by the orange. That's just because of colorblind. The enemy outline is red also. Teammate is mainly green and blue, a little bit of red, and yeah. I play at a 6.6 sensitivity with the zoom sensitivity of 1. I think that's default. I don't play with auto sprint because it absolutely just destroys everything in my opinion. I cannot play with it. I have mouse soothing on, I have toggle crouch off, I keep it on hold, and I have toggle sprint as well, which means I just need to tap it once, and then I start running. Keybinds, obviously your W, A, and D to go forward, left, right, backwards. I have left shift to jump, no I don't. I have left shift to sprint, spacebar to jump, and crouch is C. But I have C on my side mouse button. I do not press C on the keyboard because for some reason my thick mind cannot comprehend pressing the C button with my thumb, so I have to use it on my mouse. To me it feels 10 times better. You know, you just spam it, you just play it, you're fighting, you know, oh there's an enemy, let me just crouch spam. It's 10 times easier, you can shoot and everything while it's just spamming. Just works for me. Melee I have a V, grenade I have a G, but also G is connected. If you see right next to it, thumb mouse button 2, that is the one above my crouch, so I do not have to press G on the keyboard. I just press the button on the side of my mouse to throw a grenade. Now here is where the settings get kind of complicated. So basically I just use, instead of using, I think it's Q and E. E basically swaps my weapon now, just because I find it a lot more easier. And scroll wheel is usually how I change weapon, but if I press E, that means I could use my portals on either. I scroll up for purple and I scroll down for yellow. It just adds a lot more fluency whilst you're portaling, and to me it makes triple portaling 10 times easier. You understand the idea. It just adds a lot more fluency. I feel like, you know, instead of pressing Q, E, Q, E, Q, E, you could just scroll up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. It's so much easier in my opinion, and this has been an absolute lifesaver for me. And that's a keybind that most pro players use. I feel like a lot of casuals do not know about it, or the ones who play on PC anyway don't really know about it. But it is something that's worth a go, and I would say even if you don't like it, commit to it, because it will make your life 10 times easier in the long run. To close left and right pole, I use 3 and 4 just because I feel like it's easier once you're on the keyboard. Like I said, the next weapon is E. I press E to change weapon, and then all your others are just your defaults. UI, I show my FPS because I like to know whether something's going wrong, whether my PC's for some reason not performing as well as usual, so I need to turn my graphics down, that kind of thing. I have my damage numbers being shown so I can understand how much damage I've influenced to them. I don't have show subtitles on. Subtitles I've never had on. 1, because I don't need them, and 2, I feel like it's just a distraction. Crosshair, right, I love having a crosshair colour, which it looks like a kind of pink. It's like a green, and it's a red, blue, and a little bit of green. If you want to have a pink crosshair, make sure you have the colorblind on, and if you want to have it, there's the colors that you need. One major setting that you need to turn off right now is show sprint crosshair. It's absolutely disgusting. It throws your aim off. It should not be a thing in the game anyway. Turn it off. It's rubbish. I didn't know about it. I always had it on. I knew nothing else. I didn't know you could turn it off until I got a comment on one of my TikToks saying, "Mate, turn it off, please. It's disgusting, and you'll play 10 times better without it." And he was so right. You need to turn it off. Honestly, right now. Go into UI settings and turn it off right now. Crosshairs, a lot of people don't know that you can actually change your crosshairs. I still get comments to this day on TikTok saying, how do you change this crosshair? How do you change it? Why is my crosshair different to yours? That kind of thing. So all you have to do is go down to UI and go all the way down to crosshairs, which is here. And I have crosshair small for 90% of my crosshairs. Just because to me, it's 10 times easier to use, and it kind of gives me that, you know, your traditional crosshair type. I do have a different crosshair for shotgun where I use diamond. Diamond 2 is probably better for the shotgun, but to me, that's just too many lines on the screen, so I just go to diamond. The reason for this, if I go over and grab a shotgun, this crosshair actually shows a bullet spread. Like, you see that there? It matches the crosshair perfectly. Like, if I go into diamond 2, that's perfect. That is identical. So with this crosshair, you can see the pellet spread, and you'll just know, like, where you need to shoot. Like, obviously sometimes you shoot someone, like if I go over here, you shoot someone 194, 189, you can see where the pellets are going. That only about a quarter of them pellets are actually hitting this guy, the rest are going around him. With the crosshair, you can see exactly where your pellets are going, and it also helps you improve as a player. You can see and you can learn and understand from your mistakes and see where you need to be aiming. That's going to call it for today's video, guys. If you did enjoy, make sure you go down below and leave a like and subscribe. And don't forget, I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers by Christmas. So at the current recording, we're only 49 subscribers away, which is so unbelievably close. If you did enjoy this video and you want to see some more tips from me, maybe this is something that I can start to do. If there's anything you guys want to know about this game, anything you guys need to improve on, then just let me know down below. Yeah, once again, thank you guys so much for the support, and I'll catch you guys in the next one in a bit.